to unveil the book.
सुनील भाई
नहीं बैठेगा तो पिन ले ले तू ही
अरे भाई टी शर्ट बोलो एक बार
अरे पहले इनका हो जाने दो इसका
नहीं बहुत जल्दी फ्रेम बना लिया
Thank you so much. Before I call Mr. Vinod Pande, बिल्कुल नामुमकिन से
एक छोटी सी शिकायत है डिमोनेटाइजेशन का उसको कोई असर नहीं पुराने जमाने में कुछ दिन के लिए कल भी हुई थी कि मैं भी छुपाना पड़ता था बिल्कुल रवा हो गया interesting thing happens with me Mahesh many times people do ask me आजकल क्या करना है तब मैं मुझे शरारत सूझती है मैं कहता हूँ भाई मैं एक 3D फिल्म बना रहा हूँ 3D फिल्म बना रहा हूँ डबल टेक
लाख खाएगा
3D क्या टाइटल मेरा टाइटल है संघर्ष जद्दोजहद स्ट्रगल you know in the moment when you are trying to search your entire being what the devil do you do वक्त आता है कि you suddenly find there are no phone calls जिनसे थोड़ा धन की उम्मीद होती तो वो भी करने काटने लगते then you have to do something you try to reinvent it और फिर you आप अपने कोनों को टटोलते हैं what is it that you can do that's how first I embarked on a rather gigantic mission a novel called Beyond Frontiers. Beyond Frontiers actually was also conceived as a very big epic saga on television. And it was approved by erstwhile Doordarshan, it was the power that it was, and the empire that it was. But then soon it lost its value in the face of the competition provided by the general entertainment channels, satellite. But satellites went on a different tangent altogether. So we found there was nothing happening. I embarked on that as a kind of a closet writer. हाथ से लिखता था, dictionary पढ़ता था. But then along the journey of writing that, it occurred to me there are popular genre material. So I started writing Dawn's Wife. And Dawn's Wife was through him with me. And Saanvari, the story of a concubine. सबसे अच्छी चीज़ वीडियो जो मुझे शेयर करना चाहूँगा महेश आपसे कि not only that we very well we fulfill कि जो कुछ कहना कह सकते कोई किसी तरह का प्रतिबंध नहीं है there is no any kind of a restriction कि भाई इतना लिखो ये करो वो करो उतार दो जो कुछ मन में आता है one was able to do that and this became the refuge it became the therapeutic exercise बहुत लगे ज़माने में बता दिया है काफ़ी succeeded in writing one page. I tell you, the high that one got was wonderful. So that's what happened to me, and that's how I'm writing the third book called Destiny. I'm more than half complete on that. And I tell you, I will not bargain this. I don't think. I would like to make films. There is a very unemployed director going, so anybody, I'm here. And of course, I have also made a short film. Rather than making 4 films on my own, on my madness, from my own pocket, एक छोटी फिल्म भी बनाई है. आपको दिखाना चाहूँगा बना. Because I think I ought to show that film. 21 minutes के बाद I'll come one day and show it. Please, I very much request you, जितना लिख सके लिखिए फिल्म मेरी किताब के बारे में. I will be very happy. I have to sell myself. Thank you so much.
And now I would like to request to our esteemed chief guest, Mr. Mahesh Bhatt, to say a few words. But wait.
You're not going to introduce me and all that.
Yes.
Fast forward then.
I know.
Fast forward quickly.
I know कि महेश भट्ट जी को कोई भी इंट्रोडक्शन की जरूरत नहीं है, पर थोड़ा सा फॉर्मेलिटी के लिए. Okay. Okay then. So I would like to invite Mr. Mahesh Bhatt to say a few words and give blessings to Mr. Vinod Pande for his new journey.
It is so refreshing to hear the author, my friend, once my rival. We began our journey almost the same time. He had made Ek Parpil, and then he was making Ye Nazdiki and I was making Arth. He was the whiz kid from London, and I was the nipped in the bud young Zafar the Terrible, who was jumped in the dustbin of history till somehow I managed to survive the fire that they had already arranged for me, the industry. The industry is too keen to write people's obituary. And somehow I survived that. I made art. So we were, in a way, rivals. And there's another person, a memory that holds us together, is an extraordinary human being called Jay Dixit, who was my professor at St. Xavier's and Vinodji's writer. So we, in a way, have been strangely stitched together. So when Amit Khanna, my friend, came to me and said that there's a book launch and Vinod wants you to come, I said, of course, it is his rights that I should be here on the platform. You see, one has to go back. Nostalgia is very important in life. Dixit ji and I saw at the Dimple Theatre. Trial finished at about 3:30 or something like that. Bhook lagi mujhe badi zor. And we are coming down Pali Hill. चले लंच का वक्त हो गया, जाना चाहिए नहीं जाना चाहिए, ये बात लगने लगी. मैं I could not hold myself. और महेश जी और बाइक में बैठ दरवाजा की घंटी बजाई, लेट थी, मैंने दरवाजा खोला, मैं अंदर महेश बालकनी के नजदीक जमीन पर बैठा हुआ. My first words were, I'm angry with you, I'm jealous of you. How dare you make such a beautiful film? Is that right or not? In the evening, we met each other again at Manaji's place. My God, he was so angry with me. You come into my house, you tell me this, I won't do this. How you have to be, he was very, very complimentary, very warm about it. I was so honest about it. So I've got 2 mics now. So the point is that when he asked me to come, and I think it was very important that I wholeheartedly embrace this invitation. So thank you for this honor. And there's something you said there, that this writing has become your refuge. I think this is the most truthful confession that you have made, because they say writers write either with an overflowing heart or from a heartbreak. When your heart is broken, you write, or when you are overflowing with some kind of an unexplainable experience of life which has invaded every part of you, which seeks expression. And I think most of the books that are there on the shelves and on the shelves were written by people who use writing as a refuge. Because most of the time human beings write to escape from the unexplainable mystery of life and the certainty of death, which is staring at all of us. So the written word is man's last combat against insignificance. We all know that we are transient creatures, that we flash through the skies of life, the dark skies of life, light it up for some time, depending on the power that we have in our DNA.
but ultimately we fade out and leave the memories that you once existed. And writers leave their footprints on the sands of time. So this is our last desperate attempt to stay relevant. All of us fight transience because we know that the culture chews us and spits us on the sidewalk and asks for more. But I think that's what makes us so unique. I say us because I'm also a writer who has used the written word as my tool of communication, because I know the bandwidth of Hindi cinema or television doesn't give you that privilege to express some very subversive, very complex views which you can do with the written word. So I think you will find your romance with writing has just begun, and I think it will, the way you have embraced it, I'm certain that you will delve into spaces which you perhaps never knew existed. And that's where the storytellers actually take a leap. And I'm certain that you're on the threshold of something unique. I see Ek Baar Phir of Vinod Pande, a new Vinod Pande emerging from what you think is the dead end, because what you see as a dead end is in fact nothing but a new beginning. And I come to applaud you and say that you're a brave man to make this new beginning, because you are the master of this journey, with no financer, no distributor, no star to breathe over your shoulder and to dictate to you what should be the next word you should punch into your computer. It's you and you alone who are going to be the person who's going to decide that. And I think this is perhaps the greatest phase of your life where you are really tasting absolute and total freedom. But we have to be very grateful to people, our publishers, who in this age and time, when they, when everything is being reduced to 140 characters of Twitter, and the attention deficit disorder is a reality where we have entered the digital age, and where you still find these kind of marvelous bookshops. I think it's very brave of the publishers to make huge investments in storytellers, and it's a relationship which has always been a complex one. I hope you both make this marriage work for a very long time, and from your smile, I'm certain this is going to work for a very long time. Thank you very much.
We had another comment. Oh yes.
There isn't a dull moment when Bhatt Sahab is around. Thank you so much, sir. Reading from the portions of the book Saanvari, the story of Concubine. Let me share Mrs. Sen Gupta's profile with you first.
Stop for a moment, please. There was an intense quiver in her voice. Rana also stopped, and while trying to figure out the expression in her eyes, he teased. What happened? Manna chahti hai? You want to die? Hi. She let out a deep sigh, and then mewed romantically like a young girl in love. Absolutely. I sure feel like that. Rana turned away from her, bursting into an uncontrollable laughter. She persisted. Just turn your face this way, Ranaji. She had a dreamy somberness in her eyes. Rana obliged and stared at her searchingly. After a moment's gaze in his eyes, she held his face in her hands and claimed his lips. It was a wholesome kiss, deeper into the mouth, ripe with feelings. As she withdrew slowly, her voice quavered with emotion, saying, "You have changed me completely, Ranaji."
Yeah. It was a beautiful narration.
Of title raid, Mr. Francisco, Rishan, and the team of the dedicated.
हो गया यार कितना ओके सर जैसे आप न्यूयॉर्क जल्दी जल्दी रेडी रेडी कम क्विकली क्विकली विनोद आजा
Ready? Sir, today come to support your friends for the book launch. And what do you want to say?
When a filmmaker makes a transition from the world of images and sound to the written word, it's a moment to celebrate because what he actually clamors for is more freedom to express his deepest thoughts, which he perhaps cannot find in the space of cinema that exists in the time that we live in. I see Vinod making a new beginning. This man who hit the headlines years back with Ek Baar Phir is making another beginning. This is the Ek Baar Phir journey of the writer who's going to use words and climb to unimaginable heights. So I've come here to congratulate him and applaud him and seek inspiration from him to go on and on and on till we burn out.
Sir, today is the first day movie release DS Indie. What kind of response is getting from the fans of Bollywood?
Well, I do not know what kind of response it's getting, but I saw the film yesterday and I was staggered by Gauri's work. I was awestruck by Alia and Shah Rukh. I have never seen him on the screen the way he has emerged in this particular film. It's an out-of-the-box film. It's a very brave film. It's a film that makes Indian cinema proud. It's a new turn into a zone which is going to bring many surprises. Many new filmmakers will now speak this kind of a language.
Sir, recently Ranveer Singh promoted Jack and Jones brand, Jack and Jones jeans in a sexiest way. Is necessary to go out of the way to.
Music shuru ho gayi hai.
Sir, please, sir, what is your take on that? Is it necessary to do this kinds of sexiest way to promote a brand of a jeans? Is necessary?
Well, I have no reason to put any Lakshman Rekha on anybody's way of living life or doing things or thinking. But if your society has laid down certain rules and norms, then people in my industry are well advised to stay within the space that is allocated. Otherwise, you'll have to face the music of the forces that control our lives these days.
Thank you so much.
क्या इस बुक की स्टोरी है आपकी फिल्म में देखने मिलेगा हमें?
देखिए, जब वो सीन्स पढ़े जा रहे थे तो मुझे लगा कि मैं पूजा भट्ट से बात करूं कि जिस्म 3 जो है उसकी कहानी यहाँ से ली जाए.
ओके, थैंक यू सो मच.